Hi there survivors. People often ask about the legendary chips, so I've decided to record a series of short guides on them, starting with the Absolute Suppression chip. I want to emphasize that the information in my videos is based on my personal gaming experience and does not claim to be absolutely accurate. My goal is to provide you with objective information. How to use it is up to you. So the legendary skill chip Absolute Suppression increases the character's critical hit chance. Additionally, when landing a critical hit on an opponent, it inflicts the bleeding debuff on them, the strength of which depends on your character's skill strength and something called level growth. There are several important things you should know about this skill chip. First and foremost, in UNDAWN you cannot land critical hits on a character's head, and since the head is usually the target, the effect of the Absolute Suppression chip will trigger rarely, at least if you play on a computer. The only class that really needs this chip is the Explosives class. Grenade launcher cannot deal damage to weak points, and all explosions count as hitting the body. Therefore you can develop critical hit to deal powerful area damage in battles against players, additionally inflicting bleeding on opponents. It also makes sense to use the chip if you're playing with a shotgun. Because shotguns fire 9 pellets at once, over a fairly large area, the chance to land a critical hit and inflict bleeding on opponents is significantly increased. The second important thing you should know is that the strength of the bleeding inflicted by the Absolute Suppression chip is influenced by the amount of armor the target has. This means that the higher your armor piercing, the more damage the bleeding will deal. I wasn't able to determine the exact formula for bleeding damage. The formula you see on the screen provides a very close result with an error of a few percent. The table with the calculator will be in the pinned comment as usual. To find out how effective Absolute Suppression is for dealing damage to bosses, I conducted a simple test. On the left side of the screen, you can see the damage for 1 minute of continuous shooting with the Absolute Suppression chip, and on the right side, with the increased tenacity chip. In both cases the main weapon had the increased concentration chip installed. For testing I used level 1 chips, and you can see the difference. Don't forget to like the video if it was helpful, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss new tests. Also feel free to share your experience using this chip in the comments. Happy hunting survivors, and bye.